Today is Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. Green day for me. I'm up about 48 bucks, which is 2% day for me. Nice kind of baseline green day for me. Also kind of breaks the red streak I was about to start forming, so that's good. Initially I was going to try and make 4 moves today. I went 2 for 2 on my first 2 moves. There was a few different things I saw go without me. Hesitated and ended up missing out on some moves. Even the initial move I made this morning, I hesitated and waited for a secondary pullback instead of getting in on the first one I saw, and it was a better move. So I know that was getting into my psyche, and I knew I was starting to get kind of desperate and probably would have ended up getting into a chasing scenario and potentially losing money. So I got to a solid green stage in the day, and I decided to call quits for there. Right now, the morning bell just went off a few minutes ago. I'm not even going to participate in the open market today. Not to mention, I do have a few things I need to get done before I go to work tonight. So, calling a 2% day good for now. Nice little momentum builder. Hopefully, I can build on this for the rest of the week and finish green on the week. So this is where I made both my moves on Tuesday morning. The ticker WYNT. We had breaking news come out right after 7 a.m. The stock squeezed from 56 cents all the way up to the $1.50 range. I made my initial entry on this last green candle here, and I made a nice exit near the top of it. The way the level 2 had stacked up and the range on this candle, I'm pretty happy with my exit. I then waited for another proper entry point. We had a pullback here. Started to come down a little more. Once we broke the low of this previous pullback candle here, I made an entry thinking we were going to start to squeeze back up to the $1.50s. Of course, that didn't happen. We hit about $1.40 and then started to come back. Once we started to bounce back, I went ahead and made an exit. I actually snuck a very small amount of profit out on that move as well. It didn't go the way I thought it would. So making a small amount of profit was lucky. What I was hoping for was break even, if not a very small loss, because the downward trend was coming. The wind had already left the sails for this move. This move also is a perfect example of the hesitation that haunts me during my trading. I was ready to make an entry in the 80-cent mark here before we had a real solid squeeze up to the $1.50s. That would have been a gigantic move for me. It would have probably quadrupled my profit on this move. I had already watched a few things happen from the sideline this morning, and I knew that the way I hesitate, I was starting to get into that chasing mode, getting kind of desperate to make a move. So it ended up costing me a little bit of money here. I still made a solid move, but it could have been much better had I not hesitated and trusted my gut. Needless to say, 2 for 2 on just this chart, and good way to end Tuesday morning.